Doesn't mean that I'm perfect in every way, or that I'm Superman, or that I can leap tall buildings in a single bound, or read your mind, or tell you, how you should handle your relationship, or your family, or your job, or, your bursitis, or whatever it is. I'm here to instruct and inspire as many people as I can to follow Srila Prabhupada, to read his books, to put his instructions into practice, to advance in devotional service and actually attain Krishna consciousness. And I'd like nothing better than to see all of my students become fully self-realized souls and begin to spread and preach and teach this esoteric teaching all over the world. I'd like nothing better to see that. But I know that factually what usually happens is that there will be one or two at the most who will actually take the path all the way to the end. And I probably won't live to see it either. It'll probably be after my disappearance. So right now I have to content myself with seeing their baby steps. Did you ever go to somebody's house and they insisted on showing home movies, and here's baby drooling. Oh, isn't that wonderful? The daddy thinks and the mommy, they think it's wonderful, and everybody else is like, very nice. So, it may not look too impressive, what we're doing from the outside. But from the inside, it's very satisfying. It's very fulfilling. And, I have no regrets. I'm glad that we started this project. I'm glad that it has gone as smoothly as it has. I mean, it actually has gone very smoothly. We haven't had any really significant problems. I mean, it's been really amazing how Krishna has protected us. So, but I guess when you have as many people together who all have Arishtabhanga yoga in their chart, that things do tend to go smoothly. But still, to have a group of 5 people and there's no major personality clashes and no major problems, and the environment seems to be treating us very well, and we have a nice place, and we have a lot of support from our students and members. We got yet another student on the university today. Yeah, that means we're approaching 40, I think. Yeah, so things are going. Not maybe as fast as we would like, but they're going. And so somehow or other, our mission, all of us, not just me and not just us here in the ashram, but all of us everywhere, all of our students, our mission has to be to keep up this momentum, to keep it going. I know you've heard me say it a million times, times are going to get hard. Right now we're in the midst of a breather. The pressure has eased off just a little bit. We're still at a very high rate of change. But most of the changes are under the surface where you can't see them, or they're being deliberately hidden. But there'll come a time very soon, maybe as soon as September or October, when there's going to be another big wave of change. So be ready for that. And make up your mind right now that you're not going to let this deviate you from your devotional service. Because whether the stock market is going up or going down or going sideways or, in circles or whatever, you still have to get up in the morning and chant your mantra. You still have to offer prasadam to Krishna before you eat. You still have an obligation to help spread this to others Don came up with a good idea the other day of just printing up little cards and putting them in stores and stuff like that. I made a file with some different slogans and stuff. So, it's very easy to start preaching. But the best people, the very best people to preach to are, guess what? The other people on the website. Because they have already shown an interest. By signing up for the community, they've shown that they really want contact with devotees and they want to learn this stuff. So the best thing you can do is when you see somebody new sign up, drop them a line. Offer to, call them on Skype and hang out with them for a while. There's so many people now that there's too many for us to handle individually. We're going to have to try to inspire our older students to start taking care of the newer ones. Those who've been around for a year or more, take some responsibility to counsel some of the newer people, the newer users. Find out what their interests are. Find out what their issues are. And help them. That's what we're here for. That will give you the most advancement. I keep saying this again and again, because Kṛṣṇa says it in Bhagavad-gītā. He says the devotee who reveals the secrets of this path to the younger devotees, right? There aren't any more dear devotees than this one. And there will never be any more dear. So you can't be a more dear devotee to Kṛṣṇa than if you preach and teach others. Just repeat what's in the Shastra. Just repeat what's in Prabhupada's books. It's not difficult. It just takes a little intelligence, a little time. And a desire to help others. The more we desire to help the other devotees, the more Kṛṣṇa is pleased. He likes that attitude. Not that, I'm going to get this Kṛṣṇa consciousness and I'm going to keep it all for myself. Come on, there's more Kṛṣṇa to go around than we need. Kṛṣṇa is unlimited. So it's not like if I give somebody else some of Kṛṣṇa's knowledge that there's less for me. No, Kṛṣṇa expands as needed. So give Kṛṣṇa away as much as possible and he will expand to fill the need. He can do that very easily, effortlessly. So the more you give Kṛṣṇa to people, the more Kṛṣṇa will give himself to you. And this is the secret. Just today we were talking on the website about this idea of crying to get Kṛṣṇa to come. And, this is kind of, to me, this is like a childish idea. I hear it from so many devotees. I hear it, and especially in India, you'll hear it from the Babajis and the people who are supposed to be advanced. They say, you have to cry for Kṛṣṇa. Well, this is like manipulation. This is like, I'm going to cry and I'm going to get Kṛṣṇa to appear. What's the difference between that mentality and a 3-year-old who's throwing a temper tantrum, and crying to get their parents to give them some toy or something? Really, emotionally, what's the difference? We're trying to solve our problems. We're trying to get Kṛṣṇa to do what we want him to do. See, what's behind the crying? What's the reason for the crying? What's the motivation? What's the intention? What's the consciousness behind this crying business? We read in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam that the gopis were crying when Kṛṣṇa left the arena of the rasa dance. Do you think they were crying because they were sad? Do you think they were crying to try to get Kṛṣṇa to appear? No. No. They were crying because they had failed to please Kṛṣṇa. Try to understand. The gopis, their whole purpose in life is giving Krishna pleasure. So if Krishna leaves them, then that means they didn't give him enough pleasure. You see? And this is why they were crying, not because that they felt bereft. That would be a very selfish reason to cry. Oh, Krishna left me. Now, boo-hoo. That's really immature. That's really selfish. That's really a low level of devotional service. I want Krishna to appear to me. No, no, no. If you want to cry for Krishna, then cry to Krishna because I am such a fool